What's up, everybody? What's up? Happy Monday. Happy Monday, guys. Welcome to a brand new show. Today's topic is called There's Always Tomorrow. That's right, guys. There's always tomorrow. But before we get started on today's show, I want to thank you guys for rocking with me. And this is our fourth week. This is our fourth week, guys. We made it through a month. Now, I know YouTube stated that you need at least 30 days, 1,000 subscribers, and 4,000 watch hours, right? Now, even though I haven't obtained that, I'm still going to be rocking, guys. And I'm glad that you guys have been rocking with me and enjoying my content. So I want to say thank you very, very much. Also, let me remind you about the fashion show that's coming up very, very soon. Not fashion show, fashion TV. Okay, and I'm not editing this is straight off the riff. And also, guys, let me tell you how my weekend went as well. Had a glorious relaxing weekend, guys. Just took it easy, I normally go to my St. Augustine, my place where I woosah. I let it all go and just relax. That's the place that I go to, just to help my psyche get better. You know what I mean? When you have a stressful week, everybody has their place that they like to go to. Everybody has their mental home that they like to go to, and that's their place where they can just reflect. My place is St. Augustine, so I went there with a friend. We had a good time. It was very, very fun, very, very relaxing. Even though some people may think it's boring, why you go every weekend and so forth, it's just my place that I like to go. And of course, every time I go, I've been there so much now in the last 2 months that it seemed like the place is getting smaller and smaller. That's because I've been there a lot, but it's just I like to people watch and I like the scenery. So it's a good place where I can go and just relax and vibe mentally. Also, on Sunday, I took it easy. I woke up pretty late, around about 3:30 to 4 o'clock. I was awake all that time, but I just stayed in bed and relaxed. And sometimes we got to do that, guys, right? Sometimes you got to just stay in bed and just relax and just let it do what it do. Like I said, let it do what it do, right? So, with that being said, let's go ahead and start today's topic. Today's topic for Monday, July the 31st, right? Today's topic is going to be there's always tomorrow, guys. There's always tomorrow, guys, okay? No matter what you're going through in life, there's always tomorrow, okay? And tomorrow, we look forward to tomorrow because it's a better day, right? Now, let me say this. In addition to that, I know, and of course you know, tomorrow is not promised to us at all. No day, no minute, no second is promised to us. We can leave this world at any time, right? But the reason why we strive for a better tomorrow, because we as human, we are dreamers, and there's nothing wrong with being dreamers. And anybody that tells you there's something wrong with dreaming, I don't dream and I don't have any ambitions, there's something wrong with their psyche, okay? Because I believe that God put us on this earth to dream. You understand what I'm saying? And strive for a better day. And I could use so many examples from our day-to-day lives because so many times we get caught up in stuff, whether it's at work, relationships, or anything like that. You know what your problems and so forth are, right? Just like I know what mine are. I don't have to tell you that. But striving for tomorrow makes a big difference in our lives because we just strive for a better day. That's what keeps us going as humans. Otherwise, we'll just sit there and just eventually die, and that's not the way God wants us to live our lives, right? Or whatever entity that you believe in, right? Also, meditation helps as well. Sometimes I do meditation as well, but mine is more of an inner light, spiritual to the Most High God, and that's how I communicate with Him. That's how I vibe with him, and you do whatever you do to make your life better as well. But more on the subject matter. You know, there are people that in their lives over the most minute and littlest things in the world. And you know, I'm not here to judge anyone. But guys, you know, you got to understand something. You was put on this earth for a purpose. I was put on this earth for a purpose. And if you don't take the time and meditate on the positive, what can I do with this bad situation that's coming at me? I lost my job, lost my woman, I lost my man, ladies. You know, it's not the end of the world. Let me give you the first example with relationships, okay? So many times we think it's the end of the world when we put all of our energy and time into that other person. You know, men with women, women with men. Oh my God. We think the world's coming to an end because, and a lot of times, especially with us men being, you know, we're more or less the physical. We look at the physical attributes. We think there's no other woman in the world that's going to take the place of this person right here. No other woman. And you, 90% of the time, you find a woman that's better or equal to. And women going through the emotions. Oh, I invested so much emotional love in this person and all of this kind of stuff, right? So we think it's the end of the world. But if you strive for tomorrow and you wait and be patient and you just stay to yourself, guys, sometimes, okay? I know in America it's hard with social media to be with yourself. Me personally, I can be by myself. I can sit there and people watch. I can go to the mall and people watch. I can go to St. Augustine and people watch. I could just people watch anywhere at a park. That's just me. But a lot of people can't be by themselves. That's why they wind up rushing and getting into relationships that's not healthy for them, right? Because they can't be alone. Some people can, most people can't. And that's just the reality of it. So sometimes you gotta get by yourself, and sometimes you have to go through things, guys, because, you know, it's just like the song said by New Edition. Sunny days, everybody loves them, but can you stand the rain? And God's gonna test us every day. It is not natural to be happy all the time. There's nothing wrong with being sad. There's nothing wrong with being mad. And there's nothing wrong with just chilling out and being neutral. But it is something wrong when a person feel like they have to be fulfilled every moment of the day. That's not the way we were made, guys. And another thing is that we were made winners. We were actually the winners. Now, not to get all into biology and so forth, and I did good in biology, by the way, guy. I think I was a B student in high school. But one of the things that I've learned, and you can look this up on Google if you want to, there's millions and millions of sperms that races for the cell, blah, 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 and I'm not editing this, that races for the egg, okay? Millions and millions of them, guys. But guess what? You're the winner. You're the winner that got to the egg. I don't want you to just think about that for a second. People up here are talking about ending their lives because something that's temporarily making them sad, and they feel like they find no way out of it, even though they know that there's an inner light inside of them. No matter what you call them. I call them God Most High Yah. Instead of going to that inner light and just keeping your peace and be still, just like the old Negro spiritual, peace, be still. Keeping the peace, be still, that my ancestor talked about. people end their lives or attempt to end their lives. And tomorrow is a better day, guys. The more that you're on this earth, the more that you try to strive to get better, it's going to get better. Problems are only temporarily. I don't have to tell you that. That woman that left you, there was a reason why she's not in your earth. If you was the best man that you were or the best woman that you could be, that man or woman that left you, let them go. Because I'm going to tell you something. It's going to hurt like hell at first when that person leaves. But the more and more and more time goes by, you're going to see, damn, a year later, what did I see in this person? Because see, at first, you know, the blinders are pulled off your eyes. You're bewildered by their lust, how they made you feel in that moment, that you're not going to see the bad, you're going to see the all the good things that you're missing out on. But guarantee you 6 months, 8 months, a year down the line, you're going to start seeing their bad points. Now, my question to people who get suicidal about relationships, why can't you see those good points on living without this person? If you can see how they made you feel and you feel like you're missing out on it, why can't you just reverse that and say, you know what? I can see the positive of how it would be if I were to look within myself, better myself, and strive to be better and respect myself and move on. What are the positives in that? See, people don't look at that, including myself in the past. But that's what I had to do, guys. And sometimes God's energy or faith or whatever you want to call it could be give that little signal inside of you and tell you that, hey, it was time to move on. That person was in your life for a reason and a season. And you have to learn from it and move on. I got somebody for you. But you got to be patient and you got to be ready for the person too. Because as long as you're in that little drought, I can't bring that person in your life because you're not ready, right? Also, that job that you lost. Yes, you was making 100K or 75 or whatever that was important to you a year. But you know what? Do what you have to do right now to get to the next level. Sometimes we're put in a position, and God put us in a position for a reason. Maybe He got something better for you. And yes, I'm talking about God today because I do believe in God. To the extreme, I do. But we, including myself, have the blinders on. We can't see. And that's why we have to trust in Him, right? And He wants you to trust in yourself. And I'm going to tell you something. He will put people in your life, even if it's one person, and say, hey, I'm here to kick you in the butt and say, I love you, but you got to get over this. Oh yeah, okay, you can't, it's nothing wrong with being sad, but you can't stay there. You got to grow. Tomorrow's a better day. And I'm saying this, guys, because I believe in you and I love each and every one of you viewers. And like I told you, it might have been last week or a couple of weeks ago, you need to stand on your square, on what you believe in too as well. There's nothing wrong with you having standards as well, okay? And sometimes we got to be by ourselves just to reset. I remember a long time ago being stressed out from work when I worked for this company. I enjoyed the work, but just sometimes it can be very stressful, right? And it had nothing to do with supervisors or co-workers. It was just the job itself. And my outlet, my vent was, there were days I would go and play pool. Okay, pool player. Not a Minnesota Fats. For you guys who don't know who Minnesota Fats was, go look him up. I think he was from the 40s or 50s. But I was amateur, just like everybody. Most people are. But it was just a vent, you know. And sometimes I would go, and one of my senior buddies that passed away, he was 20 years my senior, you know, he was kind of like a second dad, even though I have a great dad, and shout out to my dad. He was kind of like a second dad to me, and he passed away a couple of years ago. Sometimes I would get invited over to their house, and I would overlook the pond, and they would try to entertain me, him and his wife, but I was like, you know what? I like the boring. I like the stillness of that man-made pond that y'all have in the backyard. And I just like to, that was just my outlet, guys. I have friends right now who go to Disney World, I think, twice a year. But that's their outlet. And God bless them on that. Everybody needs a little outlet. These days, I go to St. Augustine just to people watch and just hang out with friends. That's my outlet. That's my personal outlet. What's yours? You know what I mean? There is no wrong way to eat a Reese's cup, right? And there is no wrong way to get your outlet. Just as long as you're not disrespecting other people or hurting anybody else, and it's just your spot. Some people may have a man cave or a woman cave or whatever. Some people like planning. Anything that could occupy your mind, because I'm going to tell you something. When that negative vibe comes in the back of your head and you strive to look for a positive in the midst of any type of hurt or disappointment, and you manifest it in your mind, and you keep on thinking positive, it will manifest into truth. It will make itself known to you. It will manifest itself. And there will be people in your life that will feel that manifestation. When you feel your best, even though you may be hurting inside, and you say, I'm going to strive to do better, try walking down the street or the mall and just have your chest out and just be proud of yourself and just, you know, do that John Travolta walk, staying alive, you know. People will notice. People will feel your energy like, man, this person is on their square. This person is confident. Of course, you're going to have haters. So what? So what? But the main thing, guys, is that we got to keep it pushing every day. And if any of you guys have any ideas of committing suicide or deleting yourself, as they say on the internet, or doing harm to yourself or harm to other people, there are places that can help you. All you have to do is Google, okay? There are counselors out there that will listen to you and your situation and your problems, okay? Always get help. I'm a firm believer in getting help and therapy, all right? Because trust me when I tell you, you do not want to do that. I was watching these programs back in the 80s. I don't know if it was 60 Minutes. I was a young teenager at the time. And this guy, they had a suicide program on. And this guy was saying that I think he fell from so many feet in California. He was on some rocks at a beach. And I think it was equivalent to 5 stories. And he fell and hit the rocks because he was trying to commit suicide. And he actually survived, even though he hit his face and deformed his face. And he was just like, you know, as he was going down and he was hitting the rocks and he was breaking bones and so forth, he realized that his life was not that bad as a young man. Now he's permanently disformed. He can still talk. He's had multiple surgeries. And one of the things I noticed about people who survive suicide attempts, 90-something% will, especially if it was very painful and it was disfiguring, excuse me guys, 90-something% of the people, got some lighting, hold on. 90-something% of the people will not try it again. There we go. 90-something% will not try it again, guys. Oops. That's right, 90-something% will not try it again. There we go. Because they realize how valuable life is. And I want you guys to think about it for a second. I want you guys to meditate on that for a second as well. You are winners. You just got to strive for a better day, guys. That's all. There we go. Messing with these lights over here. That's all you have to do, guys, is just strive for a better day. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end today's show because I'm playing with these lights over here. And I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me for my 4th week, guys. My 4th week on here. It's going to get better and better. And also, there are going to be some changes that's coming up as well, too. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and end today's show. And if you like the content that I'm putting out, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit that bell notification so that you can get notifications when upcoming content is being presented to you. And also hit the like button. That helps me as well. Now, if you have a comment about today's show, please go ahead and put it in the comment section below. Or if you have a show idea, make sure that you hit me up at timsondemand@gmail.com. That's timsondemand@gmail.com. And remember, I'm not only just Tim. No. I am Tim's On Demand. All right, guys. So in the meantime, let me get you to do this one thing. Go ahead and let yourself out the door, because you let yourself in. Go ahead and let yourself out the door, okay? Go ahead, guys, and I'll see you the next time, all right? And have a great afternoon, great evening, or great night. And I'll see you the next time. Thank you.